season, going back home to Washington after spending time at LMU up in Los Angeles. First offering from Bartlow on the way is in there for a called strike, 0-1. Outfield essentially playing Fitch straight up. No one's covering gaps or what have you. Ruiz, O, and Wenia. Here's the 0-1. It's a high fly to left. Plenty of room for Ruiz by the line. Wind kind of takes that away from the line, but still Ruiz recovers and makes the grab. And a strong throw back into second base for out number 2. So that'll bring up Ava Sin. .359 on the season for Sin. 46 games, all starts. 55 for 153. A Westland, Oregon native. Will come to bat here with still the leadoff walk over at first base. First pitch from Bartlow, just outside 1-0. One-zero pitch on the way. Again, that's high 2-0. This time, Kaleo plays Sin to pull towards left center field. She's just beyond that San Diego logo in center field. 2-0 offering is off the netting and foul. The Reggie Smith Softball Complex plays 200 down the left field line, 220 to dead center field, and 203 to right field. A little mini green monster, reminiscent of Fenway Park in Boston, is down the right field line. Two-one pitch on the way. Low and away, staying away from Sin, and the count now 3-1. Karen Spadafora would be next if the inning continues here for Seattle. (3-1). In the air, foul out of play, bangs off one of the lighting poles and falls about 3 rows behind the Seattle, or into the Seattle side of the stadium. So the count now full, 3-2, 2 away, runner on first, no score. Payoff offering from Bartlow sails in. It's in the air to left center field. Oh, giving chase, still going back. It'll bounce off the wall. Coming in to score from first is Morris. The throw goes into third. It's in a 2-out RBI double for Ava Sin, and the Redhawks go in front. They now lead 1-0. Great piece of hitting, though, by Sin to take that pitch to the left center field gap. Oh was already playing over there as is, but out of her reach still. Got a good jump on the ball, but just sailed away and cut it into the left center field gap. Well done to get it back in as quickly as possible, but no way you're going to get Morris at home plate. And so Seattle takes the 1-0 lead. And now that's going to bring out Amber Schisler, the San Diego pitching coach, to the circle for a quick chat. So for Sin, that is now RBI number 45 on the season, with that double to left center field. So Amber Schisler will go and chat with both Hogue Lacey and with Bartlow while the infielders converge, and as do the outfielders. That also can allow the Redhawks to also talk about their game plan now with the runner on second base, looking for a 2-out hit. Again, a lot of moving parts, though, as we get rolling here on the ESPN Plus broadcast today, as I'm sure a lot of people will very much know. The ever-changing of events in the college ranks of realignment. Again, Seattle U back in the WCC for the first time in quite a while this year, from their days in the WAC. Of course, next school year, A lot of changes coming in the next 2 years for the WCC as Karen Spatafora checks in and takes a first pitch missing low for a ball 1-0. Again, Denver University joins next season in 26-27. UC San Diego, UC Santa Barbara joining in 27-28. A lot of moving parts here, of course. Gonzaga on their way out to the newly built Pac-12 conference after the school year concludes. Spatafora takes a called strike from Bartlow. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. 1-0 Redhawks. RBI double for Avison if you're just joining us on ESPN+. The 1-1 from Bartlow is in the air to left center field. Ruiz tracking and will make the one-hand grab, and that will end the inning. 1 run in the inning for the Redhawks with 1 hit. Bottom 1 coming up here from San Diego. 1-0 Seattle U right here on ESPN+.
Introducing Mike's Hot Italian Sub from Jersey Mike's. Fresh ham, salami, and pepperoni chopped up by hand right on the grill. Forget about it. Then top with a layer. Forget about it. And the regular is only $8.90. Forget about it. Wait a minute. Actually, remember about it. Because you gotta try it with our chopped pepper relish before it's gone. The all-new Mike's Hot Italian Sub for a limited time only at Jersey Mike's.
You have the power to write your own story, create new possibilities, and set new standards. With pride and prestige, you have the power to forge a new path. We develop fearless leaders, dominate in the classroom, and inspire on the field. From the picturesque landscapes of the Pacific Northwest to the sun-drenched shores of Southern California, you have the power to rewrite history, break barriers, and create a legacy here in the West Coast Conference.
All set to go for the bottom half of the first. 1-0 Seattle U from San Diego at the Reddy Smith Softball Complex. Right-hander Kea Galaviz takes the circle for Seattle U, facing Caitlin Wienia leading off bottom half of the first. Welcome back, gang. Cal McClure back with you here on a beautiful Friday afternoon in San Diego. First pitch for a called strike to Caitlin Wienia. Wienia, Axline Johnson scheduled 3. Caitlin Wienia, 49 games played, all starts, 50 for 152. And a .329 batting average, and the 0-1 is up the middle and through for a base hit. Good start to the afternoon for San Diego. Again, we highlighted it, though, back in the top of the first, though. The Toreros sending 12 batters to the plate in the bottom half of the first just 24 hours ago, or less than 24 hours ago. Put up all 7 runs in that inning, but had to hang on as Seattle U battled all the way back within a run. Toreros hoping to keep that momentum going from inning 1 yesterday. Mallory Axline shows bunt, pulls back, and slashes, and swings and misses for strike 1. Axline, 44 games played, 43 starts, hitting .299, 41 for 137. No homers, 14 runs batted in. The 0-1 on the way. Again, shows bunt right back to the circle. It's going to be picked up by the first baseman. Jay Ross on that ball goes to first base with the second baseman, Brooklyn Jones, covering. Sack bunt works out for San Diego, and that will bring up Taylor Johnson. So here is Taylor Johnson. .301 average on the year for Johnson. 41 for 136, 6 homers, 24 runs batted in. First offering on the way is in there for a called strike to Taylor Johnson, 0-1. So 1 out, runner on second. 0-1 to Johnson on the way. Chases the high fastball, 0-2. Galaviz on the year, 3.55 ERA, a 8-5 record, 73 innings, 20 walks and 52 strikeouts on the year. 0-2, and Johnson just gets a piece and fouls it off. 0-2, the count stays. Galaviz, a freshman from Fresno, California. 0-2 to Johnson is high for ball one. Kalen Wenia, leadoff single, sac bunt by Mallory Axline is where our inning stands right now. The 1-2 from Galaviz on the way is rolled foul down the third baseline and into the Seattle dugout. Count stays at 1-2 on Taylor Johnson. Kaleo, the cleanup hitter, waits on deck. 1-2 on the way. Swung on and missed. Johnson just missing that one, and there is out number 2 of the bottom half of the first, and that will bring up Kaleo. So here is Kaleo, junior center fielder, hitting .269 on the year. 35 for 130, 48 games, all starts, 1 homer, 20 runs batted in. First offering is ripped right to third base and into the waiting glove of Taylor Fitch. And the inning will conclude on the lineout. Just the one hit for San Diego. They leave him stranded. Top 2 coming up. It's still 1-0 Seattle U right here on ESPN+. Brooklyn Jones steps in to face Caitlin Bartlow as we begin the top half of the second. A nice look at the mini green monster down the right field line here at the Ready Smith Softball Complex. Welcome back, everybody. Cal McClurg back with you. A 1-0 Red Hawk lead after a RBI double in the top half of the first from Ava Sin. First pitch to Brooklyn Jones, in there for a called strike from Caitlin Bartlow. Jones, Zepeda, and Capristio, the scheduled 3 here for Seattle. On what is, again, a beautiful Friday afternoon here in San Diego. The 0-1 in there for a called strike as Bartlow takes a bit off on that last pitch, 0-2. The 0-2 from Bartlow on the way, just high and outside, 1-2. A pop fly down the third baseline. What a grab made. A lot of room to cover down there for Michelle Delgado. And there is out number one. So here is Aurora Zepeda, hitting .321 on the season, 17 for 53, 29 games played, 16 starts. No homers, 8 RBIs on the year. First pitch in there for a called strike on the outer third from Bartlow. Trying to settle in here after the leadoff walk came in to score in the top half of the first. And again, Bartlow was sensational in relief of Charlie Johnson just yesterday. 0-1 is in the air, foul out of play, and that's going to leave the building. And the count now 0-2. I say that because literally that ball left the complex and went onto the street behind the complex. 0-2 offering on the way. Swung on in, missed for strike three. Getting Zepeda to chase the high pitch out of his zone. And quickly 2 gone now here for Seattle. Una Capristo now will hit here for Seattle. Capristo hitting .190 on the year, 4 for 21. 26 games played, 16 starts. First offering from Bartlow on the way is high for ball one. Capristo out of Berkeley, California. In her freshman season for Seattle U. 1-0 from Bartlow on the way. In there for a called strike, 1-1. Bartlow trying for a 1-2-3 inning here to get the Toreros back in the dugout. Just a run on 1 hit for Seattle, no runs on 1 hit for San Diego. Here's the 1-1. That floats high, 2-1. Bartlow missing with the location on that one. May have lost the grip just a smidge there on that last offering. Two-one pitch. Low and away, 3-1. Before the leadoff walk that Bartlow issued, she only had issued 48 on the season. And has already thrown over 100 innings this year alone for San Diego. 3-1. Fouled off the netting. Count now goes to 3-2. The 3-2 pitch on the way is in the air right to the shortstop. And Haley Mulligan reels it in for a 1-2-3 inning for Caitlin Bartlow in San Diego on defense. Bottom 2 coming up, still 1-0 Seattle U right here on ESPN+. The West Coast Conference Baseball Tournament hits Scottsdale Stadium May 20th to the 23rd. Don't miss 4 days of championship baseball. Get your tickets now by visiting WCCSports.com. Should be a fun 4 days at the home of the San Francisco Giants for spring training for the WCC Baseball Tournament. It's Michelle Delgado swings and misses 0-1. So do not delay. Get those tickets now and go and enjoy some WCC Conference Tournament baseball from Scottsdale, Arizona. WCCSports.com for more details and information. Here's Michelle Delgado taking a called strike 0-2. Delgado on the season, 278 on the year, 40 for 144. 47 games, all starts, 3 homers, 14 runs batted in. The 0-2 pitch. Delgado with a fly ball to left, down the line. It's going to be reeled in, almost overran, but a great job staying with the ball by Capristo. Had a long way to go down the line. Ball nearly flew over her head, though, but still made a great catch. And able to make a spectacular grab for out number 1. Here now is Shawnice Hogue-Lacey behind the plate today. 235 on the year is Nice, 32 for 136, 4 homers, 23 runs batted in. First pitch on the way, and Shawnice will bunt that one, and it's going to roll foul. Almost there for a moment, almost spun back into fair territory, but it's foul. Still 1-0 Seattle. Getting the run in the top half of the first on a RBI double. The 0-1 to Hogue-Lacey. Upstairs 1-1 there of the catcher. Of conference tournaments. An announcement made earlier in the school year by the WCC. Men's and women's soccer and softball will be adding conference tournaments next season. Hogue-Lacey fouls that off the netting. And the count now 1-2. So not just looking ahead to conference expansion with the losses of Zaga, Oregon State, Wazoo, the addition of Denver next year, the addition of UCSD, the addition of UCSB the following school year in 27-28. 3 new conference tournaments also added next season. The 1-2 is lifted out of play. And on the main concourse, and the count stays 1-2. So really exciting times for the West Coast Conference. Some new member schools and conference tournaments next up for soccer and softball beginning as early as 26-27. The 1-2 just a bit outside, 2-2. Not missing by much there was Galives, I should say, just missing a bit high and out. Two offering is again fouled out of play. So Hogue-Lacey battling here, still 2-2 the count, bases empty. And still remains 1-0 Seattle. The 2-2. Way outside, 3-2, and Hogue-Lacey has worked the count full. Toreros had a bit of a rally going in the bottom half of the first. He had a RBI base hit from Wienia, a sac bunt by Axum, but then Taylor Johnson struck out, and Kaleo hit a rocket right to the third baseman to end the inning. 3-2 is low for ball 4, and Hogue-Lacey will draw the 1-out walk. So a 1-out walk, and here is Haley Mulligan. So Haley Mulligan, 291 on the season, 31 games, 30 starts, 25 for 86. And she'll take a called strike on the inner third, 0-1 from Galavives. Again, checks in with a 8-5 record and a 3.55 ERA entering today's game. The 0-1. And that pitch floats inside, and it gets Mulligan on the leg. So a walk, now a hit batsman. And the Toreros looking to put some together here for Natalie McClyman. Pitch getting Mulligan just on the outside of the right knee. Looked like, though, Galaviz tried to come in with a bit of a breaking ball, just really did not get a grip on it. The pitch just floating too far inside, and it got a piece of Mulligan. So that puts 2 runners aboard now in Hogue Lacey and Mulligan. And that will bring out the Seattle U pitching coach with a full infield meeting here as they will now face Natalie McClyman. Natalie has only been in 8 games so far with 4 starts on the season. 1 for 11 on the year with 1 walk. Looking to come through here as part of the senior weekend festivities. Those wondering, there are 4 USD seniors in the lineup today. Taylor Johnson, along with Hogue Lacey, Mulligan. So here is Natalie McClyman. First pitch is a check swing appeal. No swing, says the third base umpire for ball 1. Randy Adair saying no swing from McClyman. So the count now 1-0 here from Galaviz. The 1-0 low and in, 2-0. Carly Ruiz, the left fielder, waits on deck in the 9 spot. Toreros trying to tie the game or take the lead here in the home half of inning number 2. 2-0 pitch. And McClyman hits it on the ground to short. They will go to third, and the ball is dropped and scoots away from the third baseman. No further advancement, though, made. But the Redhawks like to go the short way to third. And the throw a little bit offline from the shortstop, Zepeda. And it careens out of the mitt of Taylor Fitch. So that will load the bases now for Carly Ruiz. Here's the pitch. And Ruiz will take a called strike on 1. We are awaiting the ruling of the last play for the grounder hit. The 0-1 to Carly Ruiz on the way. That is just outside 1-1. Ruiz on the year, 224 on the season, 24 for 107, 43 games played, 40 starts, 5 RBIs, and 1 triple on the year. The 1-1. Ruiz waves and misses. 1-2. Again, Ruiz, the 9-hole hitter, the slap hitter as well for San Diego. Top of the order, though, Caitlin Wienia does wait on deck. The 1-2. Ruiz lifts one in the air down the left field line, but it's going to hit the netting and go out of play for a foul ball. So the official ruling for the McClyman play that just happened, a fielder's choice fielding error assessed to Taylor Fitch for dropping the ball, which allowed everybody to move up at least 1 base and allowed McClyman to reach. 1-2 to Ruiz, again fouled off. That hits the backstop. So fielder's choice E5 if you're keeping a book at home for the ruling on McClyman's grounder to short. Bases are loaded by virtue of a walk, a hit batsman, and a fielder's choice, with Hogue Lacey at third, Mulligan at second, and McClyman over at first. Another 1-2. Ruiz slaps one down the line and fair for a hit. 1 run is home. They'll put the brakes on with Mulligan at third. RBI base hit. Carly Ruiz, we got a tie game, 1-1. Great swing by Ruiz, trying not to do too much with that pitch. Just out of the reach of Fitch down the line. And so the 1-out walk to Hogue Lacey comes around, and now we're tied here at 1 apiece. And here is Caitlin Wienia. She's singled back in the bottom half of the first. First pitch on the way is high and tight for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0 on the way. In the air down the left field line, just goes foul. And the count now evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike on Caitlin Wienia. The 1-1 on the way. Healthy hack and coming up empty is Wienia 1-2. Mallory Axline is next. The 1-2 pitch on the way. Wienia with a line drive to center, coming on, and it's off the glove of a center fielder. Kissling, that's going to fall in. In to score is Mulligan. Everybody had to hold their ground in case that ball was caught. And that will give the Trails the lead. It's now 2-1 San Diego. Well, that ball was sinking and almost dying on the way out to center field and just got the thumb of a center fielder, Kissling's glove. Not just that, though, great job, too, by the way, to Capristo to be there to back up that play so that ball does not go any further away and let anybody else score. Now the Axline chases the high fastball out of his zone. 0-1, but now another run comes in. 2-1 Toreros here, bottom half of the second. Here is Mallory Axline at the plate. The 0-1 on the way. Axline takes high for ball 1. So we are also waiting on the ruling of this last play by the Wienia line drive. Bit of a long way to go, though, in a way, for Caprice or for Kissling, going from center field to left center field. Ball just catching the thumb of the glove. But again, Una Capristo being in the right place at the right time to back that play up so no one else can score on that. 2-1 to Mallory Axline. In there for a called strike, 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes now on Axline. 1 away, base is still loaded. Two-two to Axline on the way. Missing outside, not by much though, and the count now runs full. They have, though, given Caitlin Wienia an RBI base hit on that last exchange of the ball bouncing off the glove of the center fielder. Pitch did, in fact, tail just outside of the zone. Not a bad spot, though, with it being a 2-2 count right there. And Axline will hit one, and that is just foul. Nearly got a piece of the runner, McClyman, down at third base, who was going to act like to go home, but it was obviously a foul ball. So the count stays full, 3-2. Base is still loaded. 2 runs in now for San Diego. Payoff pitch is low for ball 4. Axline draws the 1-out walk. In to score comes McClyman. 3rd run home for San Diego. It's now 3-1 San Diego. So that will bring up Taylor Johnson. No activity right now in the Red Hawk bullpen. They do have having at least 1 out in the inning, but 3 runs now have come in. Here is Taylor Johnson. First pitch, beautiful changeup. That thing fell right off the table in there for a called strike. Great location and great pitch by Galavives, and the count now 0-1 on Johnson. Watch this thing again, just beautiful pull of the string right at the knees for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. Johnson lays off the high pitch again, 1-1. Johnson on the afternoon so far, a strikeout back in the 1st inning. 1-1. Johnson down the right field line, in there for a base hit. 1 run will score. They'll try to bring a 2nd run in. The throw is going to be late. Sliding in safely is Wienia. 2-run base hit, Taylor Johnson. It's now 5-1 Toreros. And this is going to be a infield meeting here for Seattle. You trying to settle down their pitcher, Galavives. So now 5 runs home with 3 hits now for San Diego. Again, the Toreros had that one big inning, though. We kind of said, though, at the top of the broadcast, they had the one big inning back in the bottom half of the first last night. They put up 7 runs. All 7 that they scored was last night in that first inning. And so far here, 5 have come in. And there's still 1 away, and now here is Kaylee O. Runners on the corners, 1 away. And Kaylee O takes a fastball in there for a called strike on the inner third. Galavives with a little extra mustard on that fastball for the called strike. Really could hear the mitt pop from where we're sitting up here in the press box. The 0-1. And O with a high fly down the left field line, but well out of play. And on to the golf practice course here at the Reggie Smith Softball Complex. Count now 0-2 on Kaylee O. The 0-2 on the way. Purpose pitch there, misses outside 1-2. Count is 1-2 here on Kaylee O. 5 runs in so far for San Diego, and they are looking for more. The 1-2 on the way. And oh, did she hold up? Yes, she did. Again, though, Galavives has done a very nice job with trying to get the hitters to chase that high fastball so far this afternoon. On that rise ball action, count now even 2-2. Next offering. Outside, and now the count full. There is a base open, though, the first and third here for San Diego. Outfield essentially straight up here, maybe hugging the line a little bit in right field is Morris. The 3-2 is in the air to right. Morris goes back a few steps, will make the catch, tagging up and gonna come in to score. Will, in fact, be Axline. Sac fly for Kaylee O. 6-1 Toreros. So RBI sac fly there for Kaylee O. That will bring up Michelle Delgado. Their first pitch on the way, and Delgado gets a piece and fouls it off. If, in fact, Delgado can reach, Shawnice Hoglacey would be next. She had the one-out walk that led to the rally really starting for San Diego. Oh, 1 on the way. Delgado with a high fly. Left center field towards the wall. It's out of here! Delgado goes big fly to left center field. It clears the wall. 2-run homer. San Diego adds a pair. It's 8-1. Home run number 4 on the year for Delgado. RBIs 15 and 16. And it's now 8-1 Toreros. Got a good pitch to hit, and the ball just kept on carrying over the left center field fence. How about 15 combined runs from the San Diego offense in both the bottom half of the first and the second inning here today across games 1 and games 2 of the year, or of this series. Pitching change here for Seattle U. We're back in a moment right here on ESPN+. The Toreros have had a hit parade. 8 runs in the bottom half of a second. Now 8-1 Toreros. And the new pitcher into the ball game now for the Redhawks is their Game 1 starter, Maya Mesa. Mesa was tagged for 7 runs last night in the first inning against San Diego. And Shawnee's Hogue Lacey takes a called strike 0-1. Again, Mesa did throw last night. Here's the 0-1. Is in there for a called strike 0-2. 8 runs in on 4 hits, 1 error in the inning for San Diego. Right now, the cherry on top, a 2-run homer for Michelle Delgado that kept carrying over the left center field fence. The 0-2. Low and in for a ball, 1-2. Maya Mesa, a sophomore out of Everett, Washington, Glacier Peak High School. Here's the 1-2. High and outside, 2-2 to Hogue Lacey. Shawnice has walked and scored in the inning. Again, the Toreros put up 7 runs in the bottom half of the first last night as it's a hard grounder to third, and that is in time to record the out. But not before a board after 2 full innings here at the Ready Smith Softball Complex. 8-1 San Diego right here on ESPN+. Now the proud home of MLB.TV. Stream every out-of-market game live or on demand using the ESPN app. Blackout and other restrictions do apply. For more information, go to ESPN.com/MLBTV. Nice to hear Mike Monaco calling Padres Cardinals on ESPN last night here from downtown San Diego. Top of the third here from the Ready Smith Softball Complex. A bunt attempt in the air and caught by Shawnee's Hogue Lacey. That retires Sophia Kissling 1 pitch, 1 away. 8-1 Toreros, all 8 runs, bottom half of a second. And back to the top of the order here now for Avery Morris for Seattle U, who led 1-0 at the top of the first and 8 runs home for the Toreros in the bottom half of the second. Kalen Bartlow now with a 7-run lead. Deals now to Morris in there for a called strike, 0-1. Morris walked and scored back in the first. Redhawks led 1-0 to the first half of for the first inning of play. On an RBI double, then the Toreros pushed across 8 in the bottom half of a second. The 0-1 from Bartlow took some off of that pitch outside, 1-1. Bartlow so far, 2 1/3 innings, 1 hit, 1 run it was earned, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. So far, 37 pitches on the afternoon. Here is the 1-1 from Caitlin Bartlow on the way. That is high again, 2-1. 2-1 pitch. Fouled off. Came inside, and Morris getting a piece of it right off the hands. So the count now evens up here at 2 balls. 2-2. Barlow trying to make Morris chase, not taking the bait there. Count now runs full 3-2. Three-two pitch on the way, and that is outside for ball 4. So for the second time this afternoon, Avery Morris draws a walk. So 1-out base runner here for Seattle. Trying to cut into this 7-run deficit here. That will bring up Jay Ross to the plate. Ross, a strikeout victim back in the first, had a long, lengthy duel with Barlow for striking out. First pitch on the way. That's high for ball 1, 1-0. No activity in either bullpen just as we enter the 3rd inning here. If you're just joining us, the inning began with a bunt attempt that was popped up foul and caught by Shawnee Hogue-Lacey from Sophia Kissling. And the 1-0 from Bartlow on the way. That's fouled off, 1-1. One ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch on the way. Is lined into center field. That'll fall in front of O for a base hit. Going from first to second base is Morris. Bit of a turnaround second, but nothing too out of control. And just like that, the Red Hawks now threaten here with 2 runners aboard and only 1 away. Pitch kind of tailing away a little bit there from Ross, but still got the head of the bat on the ball. And finding the open real estate in front of Kaleo for the knock. So 2 runners aboard with 1 away, and here now is Taylor Fitch. Fitch hit a fly out to left fielder first time up. First pitch high and outside for ball 1. Carly Ruiz in left field plays Fitch down the line a little bit. Kaleo straight up in right field. Caitlin Wiener straight up in right field. Ruiz more so over towards the left field line. The 1-0 offering is fouled off, 1-1. Even count, 1-1, 2 runners aboard, top of the 3rd, 8-1 San Diego. The 1-1. Nice offering from Bartlow in there for a called strike, 1-2. One-two pitch on the way. On the ground and through for a base hit out of the reach of Bartlow's glove. They will hold the runner at 3rd. A great throw in by O. Smothered at the plate by Hogue-Lacey. But now, sacked now with them loading the bases here in the top half of a 3rd. Just missed that ball back towards the circle, and that will bring Amber Schisler back out for a conversation here. Some stirring, though, in the Torero bullpen now down the right field line. And while this happens, we also have a full-fledged offensive meeting, too, for Seattle U. So activity in the bullpen, it appears Kelsey Tadlock and maybe Charlie Johnson now has also joined Alex Riggs is now in the bullpen. But it also appeared as if Charlie Johnson, yesterday's starter, also went down to the bullpen to start getting hot. And in fact, from our vantage point here from the press box, can confirm that Charlie Johnson has gone down to begin getting loose. So now with a 8-1 lead for San Diego, but now bases loaded for the Redhawks. And here is Ava Sin. She doubled in the first run of the ball game back in the top half of the first. Sin to center field. Kaylee O will have it bounce in front of her, and all it's going to do is bring in one run, and then the throw goes back to third, but no can do, trying to get Jay Ross out there. So the walk is coming to score, and now it is a 8-2 lead on the RBI hit for Ava Sin, who has 2 hits and 2 RBIs on the afternoon for the Redhawks. More importantly for Kaylee O, getting the bounce right there. Could have dove for that, but then if you dive for that ball and it goes all the way to the wall, I think everybody scores on that. So smart play to keep it in front of her. 8-2 now the score. And that brings up Karen Spadafora. First pitch from Bartlow on the way. Swung on and missed 1-0. Bit of a rising fastball there from Bartlow. Oh, 1 on the way. In there for a called strike. Well-placed pitch from Bartlow, now 0-2. The 0-2 on the way. Popped up in the infield, but this one is just going to carry and skim the netting. No play for Ho Glacier Delgado. Shanice had a bit of some trouble trying to find that ball off the back end, right up above home plate. Tough to be able to track that as the catcher. Delgado also no plays that hit the top of the netting and is ruled a foul ball. Count stays 0-2. Bases stay loaded. 8-2 Toreros. 0-2 from Bartlow on the way. Is again popped up this time towards home plate, and this one is reeled in by Ho Glacy. No advantage from anybody. Nisto keeps the helmet on to make that catch behind home plate, and there's now out number 2. Ho Glacy, well done to cover it and reach back and make the diving effort to make that catch. Keeping the mask on to make the play as well. So for Bartlow, and that will be Jones. Jones flew out to left her first time up. This is again popped up foul. So 2 outs in the inning. Both have been pop outs to the catcher, Shanice Ho Glacy. 0-1, Jones on the way. Is outside 1-1. The 1-1 on the way. High from Bartlow, 2 balls and a strike. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 away, top of the third, 1-run home for Seattle. It is a 8-2 game. Swung on and missed by Jones. And now the count even at 2-2 for Bartlow, trying to strand the bases loaded here and keep the Redhawks off the board further than just the 1 run. 2-2 from Bartlow is upstairs for a ball, 3-2, and that now loads the count fully. So everybody is moving for Seattle on the base paths. The 3-2 from Bartlow. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Huge strikeout for Bartlow to end the inning and keeps the damage to a minimum. 1 run on 3 hits, no errors for Seattle. Bottom half of the third coming up. It is 8-2 Toreros right here on ESPN+.
From this place, we seek the light of wisdom, compassion, and faith. We cultivate wellness in mind, body, and spirit. Together, we pursue a greater good, serve a higher purpose, and confront humanity's challenges by fostering peace, working for justice, and leading with love. At the University of San Diego, we are lighting the way forward.
This isn't just a wireless plan built for USD. This is Torero pride that never leaves. Memories etched into the baseball diamond. Late night studies that formed lifelong friendships. It's cheering on Saturday like you never left. It's giving back to your school every payment on a 5G network you can trust. Keeping the Torero spirit alive everywhere the journey takes you. You earned your degree. You earned your place. Now stay connected to where it all began. Plans starting at $20 a month. It's Torero Mobile. Wireless that wins.
Bottom half of a third from the Reggie Smith Softball Complex here on the campus of the University of San Diego. 8-2 Toreros on top. Welcome back, everybody. Callum McClure back with you here, Ball Complex. And from our broadcast position, a miss by Haley Mulligan, 0-1 the count. Mulligan was hit by a pitch and scored in the bottom half of a second where USD pushed across 8 runs as they face Maya Mesa for her first full inning of work after ending the bottom half of the second. The 0-1 skips the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 runs on 4 hits, 1 error, 4 runners left for Seattle U. 8 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and just 1 runner left so far for the Toreros. Here's the 1-1. Off the hands and off the glove of Mesa, and that will be a infield base hit for Mulligan. Mesa knocked it down enough, but out of her reach. And so the leadoff batter, reaches base here for the Toreros, and that will bring up Natalie McClyman. So leadoff base hit, and here is Natalie McClyman, who reached on a fielder's choice back into second. First pitch on the way outside from Mesa, 1-0. McClyman hit a grounder to short, and Aurora Zepeda went to third, but the ball happened to bounce off the glove of the third baseman Taylor Fitch to allow Shawnee's Hogue Lacey to reach third safely. The 1-0 pitch is in there for a called strike, 1-1. One ball and 1 strike, leadoff runner on in the form of Mulligan as McClyman takes way outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. The wind beginning to pick up here at the Reggie Smith Softball Complex. 2-1 pitch is in the air and just going to go foul. So the count now evens up here at 2-2. Count even at 2-2. The pitch from Mesa, and McClyman takes just down low, 3-2. So the Torero hitters working the count here once more. Now the count running full on McClyman with Carly Ruiz waiting on deck. 3-2 pitch on the way is on the outside corner for a called third strike. Down looking goes McClyman, and there is one away in the inning. And here now is Carly Ruiz. Well-placed pitch by Mesa. Got a bit of a late break in getting that outer third. And that will retire McClyman for out number one. And here is Carly Ruiz. Ruiz singled back into second. Ruiz shows bunt and then slaps one off the hands, and that is foul. Mesa really coming inside there on Ruiz, and it's fouled off. Again, Ruiz will show bunt, pull back, and drops a dribbler in front of the circle. Fielded, and the throw goes down, but third. Put some pressure on the Red Hawk defense. The ball was fielded cleanly, though, but late break from the second baseman, Jones to cover first. So again, Ruiz shows the bunt, pulls back, then just drops a dribbler right in front of the circle. But again, Jones keeping an eye, though, on the runner in case they were going to pull back and try to steal the base cleanly. Was already breaking towards second, but then had to go and cover first. And the throw went down the line. So here now is Caitlin Wienia. She'll take a called strike going one. And a delayed steal, and Ruiz takes second base without a throw. So Ruiz now 2 for 3 in stolen base attempts now after that stolen base. So RBI chance now for Wienia. The 0-1. Wienia shows bunt, and that is going to go foul. Maybe a safety squeeze there from MJ Knighton. Again, trying to keep the pressure on the Seattle defense. With Ruiz with the check swing dribbler. So they rule the Ruiz play an infield single and then an error for the throw by Mesa. As Wienia hits one, and this is going to ricochet off of Fitch. The ball takes a bit of a bounce as it goes towards her. And that will reload the bases now for the Toreros for Mallory Axline. Fitch, though, playing off the line. Had some ground to make up, though, going towards the line. The ball just checks up, hits the shoe. And that will, again, reload the bases for the Toreros here in the bottom half of the third. So the Red Hawks mound visit there to circle visit, I should say, just to settle down the defense a little bit here. So here is Mallory Axline with a chance here to tack on a few more runs here for San Diego. Axline shows bunt and offers, and now they got the runner hung up at third. And that was a attempted suicide squeeze this time, and that one backfires as Mulligan is erasing the run down, which goes 1-2-5 for the putout. And that is out number 2. The 0-1 now to Axline. Breaking ball just outside 1-1. One ball and one strike, and now 2 gone. Here's the pitch, and this is right off of the fists. And that is going to be out number 3 as the Red Hawks elude the jam after the Toreros get the base loaded, though, but run themselves partially out of the inning Tough break there for San Diego. Bottom three complete. Top four coming up. Still 8-2 San Diego and plus. Half of the fourth on a beautiful Friday as the sun begins to set here in San Diego, an 8-2 Torero lead. Welcome back, everybody, to ESPN Plus's coverage of WCC softball. Callum McClure back with you here from our broadcast position. Aurora Zepeda leads off here for Seattle U, facing Caitlin Bartlow for her fourth inning of work. It'll be Zepeda, Capristo, and Kissling. First pitch in there for a called strike from Bartlow, 0-1. 8 runs, 7 hits, no errors, 3 left for San Diego. 2 runs, 4 hits, 3 errors, and 4 left for Seattle U. And Torero scoring all 8 runs in the bottom half of the second. The 0-1 on the way is in there, but just inside, 1-1. A little too far inside there on Zepeda. The 1-1 is outside, 2 balls and a strike. Bartlow so far 62 pitches now thrown on the afternoon. Only bringing that up because last night Bartlow came in to close out the game in the last 2 innings of play in relief of Charlie Johnson. The 2-1 pitch is fouled off down the right field line and off the netting. Again, tomorrow the Toreros will wrap up their first full year at the newly renovated Reddy Smith Softball Complex here in San Diego. Complex going to win a massive multi-million-dollar, multi-thousand-dollar and renovation over the course of the last the last year or so. The 2-2, high and outside, 3-2. There's a nice look at the new complex here at USD. Another strikeout for Bartlow. Make that 4 on the afternoon, and there's out number 1. So here's Una Capristo. Little off-speed action there from Bartlow. Una Capristo now in the number 8 spot here for Seattle U. Popped out to the shortstop Mulligan, back in the second. First pitch on the way is bunted down the third baseline, and Delgado right away fields that in foul territory for strike 1. So the count now 0-1 on Capristo. with Sophia Kissling waiting on deck for the Redhawks. Oh, 1 pitch. Fouled off. Again, Bartlow gets a hitter to chase the high pitch out of his zone. Kind of been a bit of a story of the day, though. Both teams kind of chasing pitches out of his zone so far on the afternoon. Count now 0-2. Bases empty, 8-2. Toreros on top. All 8 runs in the bottom half of the second for San Diego. 1 run in innings 1 and 3 for Seattle. Bartlow's 0-2 on the way. Is lifted in the air down the left field line, but foul. It appears as if following Seattle U's lead, the Toreros have put Charlie Johnson, last night's starter, back up in the bullpen. Alex Riggs was also up a few innings ago, too. Bartlow's 0-2 on the way. Skips in the dirt 1-2 in the other batter's box. One ball and 2 strikes, base is empty. Bartlow's next offering on the way is fouled off again. Chasing the high pitch is Capristo. Again, the breeze picking up here a little bit now at the Reggie Smith Softball Complex. And indeed, Charlie Johnson, the Game 1 starter for the Toreros, now in the bullpen. Another 1-2. Slapped down the left field line, but also fouled just out of the reach of Ruiz. Count stays at 1-2 with 1 away. Here on Una Capristo. The 1-2 pitch from Bartlow. Slapped again, fouled down the left field line. Almost got a piece of the third base coach for Seattle U. Coach was looking the right way and the ball flew right over her head. And now she is not hearing the end of it from her dugout. We'll do it again at 1-2. Again, fouled off. Good at bat by Capristo. Work here. Fouling another pitch off here in the 1-2. If you're just joining us here on ESPN Plus, the Redhawks went on top 1-0 in the top half of the first on a RBI double from Ava Sin. San Diego pushed across 8 in the bottom half of the second, highlighted by a 2-run homer by Michelle Delgado, and then a single run again for Seattle in the top half of the third. Another 1-2 on the way. And Capristo lays off the high pitch this time, 2-2. Smart, though, of Hogue Lacey and Bartlow. You've already been noticing the trend of a lot of hitters chasing the high pitch out of his zone. Why not go there again? But better job done by Capristo not to take the bait. Capristo officially 0 for 1 today, as mentioned earlier in the AB. Had popped out to short back into second. Even count at 2-2. The next pitch on the way. Again, they go upstairs, and again, Capristo says no thank you, and the count now is full. at first. 1 run home for Seattle, chipping away for the second game in a row after having an early 1-0 lead. 1-1 offering. Lined and fair down the third baseline for a hit. 1 run comes home. A second run stumbling and bumbling. That run also scores, and they have the runner held up in a rundown, and they will tag out the runner to end the inning, but 2 runs do score. And now all of a sudden, after 4.5, it's now 8-7 San Diego. We'll be back in a moment here for the bottom half of the 5th. This is WCC Softball on ESPN+. Getting tense now here at the Reddy Smith Softball Complex. It was once an 8-1 lead for San Diego's now become an 8-7 lead for San Diego's. Natalie McClyman digs into it. First pitch, long run for Mesa. Throw is going to be in and out of the glove of the first baseman. And McClyman will reach for San Diego. So a little bit of a number and dribbler in front of the circle, but the speed and hustle of McClyman able to get there in time to beat it out. So we will now have a pinch runner in Ava Rojas at first base for San Diego. That now brings up Carly Ruiz. Forgot to pass this along, though, but if you're just joining us, you may notice we only have 1 base umpire left. That was because Darren Deckard, the first base umpire, suffered a lower body injury a couple innings ago, making an out call at third. He lost his footing and was checked out by the trainer and has left the ball game. So the 2-man contingent now of umpires is Bill Plant and now Randy Adair. So hopefully Darren is all right. Ruiz with the swing and miss at the first pitch. Here's the 0-1 offering, and Ruiz will hit one on the ground to first. They will get the out at second, and that is all they'll get on the 3-6 fielder's choice putout. So 1 away in the inning, and that will now bring up the top of the order in Caitlin Wienia. So again, the Redhawks with 5 unanswered runs since inning 3. They put up 1 in the third, 2 in the second, or 2 in the fourth, and 3 more in the 5th. And we stand right now at an 8-7 San Diego lead. First pitch to Wienia on the way is to third and off the glove of Fitch. No chance whatsoever. That ball was scalded. Fitch was playing way in front of the bag as well. And so Wienia will reach. And now here is Mallory Axel. I mean, this ball is a one-hopper right on Fitch. Like literally no time to react whatsoever. So Tough break there for Fitch and Seattle U, but now 2 runners aboard for San Diego. Here now is Mallory Axline. First pitch on the way to Axline is in there for a called strike, going 1. As of now, they've ruled that a base hit on that grounder to third base for Wienia. As Axline a little bit late on the swing and now falls behind here, no balls and 2 strikes. So it is in fact ruled an infield base hit for Wienia. So far today, Mallory Axline, sacrifice bunt, walk, RBI, and a ground out, and takes the 1-2 just outside 2-2. Seattle U, give them all the credit in the world, though. They have not backed down in these 2 games. Falling behind 7-0 last night, got within a run. Down here 8-1, and right now only down by 1. As Axline fouls that off, and the count stays at 1-2. The 1-2, way inside on Axline, 2-2. Again, Axline, much like Ruiz, a bit of a slap hitter, running towards the box, or the old Ichiro Suzuki philosophy for all those years in Seattle with the Mariners. The slap approach. Here is the 2-2. And just getting a piece off the end of the bat is Axline to stay alive, and the count stays even at 2-2. Taylor Johnson waiting on deck for San Diego. 2 runners aboard. Ruiz at second, Wienia at first. 8-7, Toreros lead bottom half of the 5th. Getting late here in San Diego. The 2-2. On the ground to third. Fitch will field cleanly and will make the tag of Ruiz heading to third, and there is out number 2. So there is out number 2, and that will bring up Taylor Johnson. So still runners aboard here for San Diego, trying to reestablish the lead here. The 1 big inning so far, much like last night, way back in the 2nd. First pitch to Johnson on the way is inside, but caught the corner for strike 1. Again, the Toreros last night put up 7 runs in the 1st inning and were not able to push across anymore. Today so far, all 8 runs in the 2nd. Trying their hardest here to reestablish a bit of some cushion. The 0-1. Johnson will take a called strike 0-2 as Mesa fired that one in there. And quickly Johnson behind here 0-2. Oh, 2. High and outside for a ball, 1-2. One and 2 the count, 2 gone to Taylor Johnson, 2 runners aboard. Here's the next pitch, and this is rolled towards second, and they will say nothing there. Runner's going to come in to score, and that will make it a 9-7 lead, but very quickly, Seattle U sending a coach out to say that there was interference by the runner. Axline going to second. See a replay here maybe in just a moment. Well, we'll see if we can get a look at this here from the home plate angle. The grounder hit towards second. Now, what should be noted, though, is that the umpire in the field, Randy Adair, right-of-way wave safe, like there was no interference by the runner going to second. So this will be a very interesting call for both Bill Plant and for Randy Adair to make here. And we'll see what they choose to do here. They were going to give an explanation and then they huddle again. Now we get ourselves an explanation. They're going to challenge it. See what we got here. So Seattle U will challenge the call of there being interference by the runner Wienia going, or by Axline going from first to second. So we are in a video review delay here. Red Hawks again challenging the play. We'll do our best to give you a couple of angles here if we can. Of the play in question here, this grounder hit by Taylor Johnson. And is there contact made by Mallory Axline with Brooklyn Jones at second? And again, tough from the angle that we have behind home plate of the play. It looks as if Axline, just from the vantage point we have, there appears to be some kind of a attempt by Axline to avoid the contact with the second baseman Jones. So that will probably hinge on what kind of angle the umpiring crew can get. And that is a very quick review here, and here comes Bill Plant to let Randy Adair, hey, here's what I just saw. Unless Plant is saying, you need to come with me and give me your thoughts on this review. So now it's going to be Randy Adair, the other umpire, now going in to take a peek at this. Again, obviously, though, challenge done by Seattle. Seattle, again, though, down by one. I totally get it, though. You're down by a run, trying to hopefully take that run off the board for the interference call here on Mallory Axline. Right now, it's ruled an RBI base hit for Taylor Johnson. It would make it 9-7 San Diego. The inning would prolong for Kaylee O if the call stands that there was no interference. And of course, we love the explanation of the NFL, the NBA, NHL, or any challenge system. There has to be indisputable video evidence to overturn the call. And the call on the field by the umpiring crew was no interference. I think the only confusing part would be that Bill Plant, the home plate umpire, went and looked at the replay first, then came out of the replay booth, told the base umpire, Randy Adair, to now go look for himself and give his perspective on this review. And now here comes Randy out of the replay booth. They will again convene. We should hopefully have a verdict on this call. And again, the call on the field was no runner's interference. And here comes the call. So after the review, the call has been overturned as Axline does make contact with Brooklyn Jones. And that will, in fact, end the inning. So the Toreros leave 2 runners aboard after 5 full from USD. It remains an 8-7 Torero here on Things are getting late here in San Diego. A overturned runner's interference call keeps us as a 8-7 lead for San Diego as we enter the top half of the sixth. Charlie Johnson back to work for her first full inning of work this afternoon. Here's the first pitch on the way, is low for a ball to Taylor Fitch. Callum McClure back with you folks here on ESPN Plus. Glad to have you aboard on this Friday night. An 8-7 San Diego lead, top of inning number 6. The 1-0 pitch to Fitch on the way, low for a ball, 2-0. Fitch flew out and singled both in the third and fourth inning. Two balls and no strikes in the pitch. That is low for ball 3 from Charlie Johnson. And now 3-0. Selene Chavez has checked into the game at second base for Mallory Yaxline. Not sure if Mal hurt herself on that contact made with Brooklyn Jones to end the inning, and that is high for a called strike, 3-1. And Natalie McClyman is also back in for Ava Rojas at the DP spot in the 8-hole of the lineup. Fitch, Sin, and Spadafora here for Seattle U. 3-1 on the way. On the ground to third, Delgado fields cleanly, makes the throw to first in time to nab Fitch for out number 1. So here is Ava Sin, 2 for 3 on the day, 2 runs scored and 2 RBIs. Here is the first pitch on the way from Johnson, way outside for a ball, 1-0. And the 1-0 on the way. On the ground, right back to Charlie Johnson. 1 step and a throw, and there's now 2 away. So 2 gone now in the top half of the 6th. Here is Karen Spadafora. Toreros lead 8-7. They have led since the bottom half of the 2nd, but the Red Hawks have been threatening since the top of the 3rd when they pushed across a run. This is a line drive to Wienia, who falls over and makes the catch. The line drive hit right into the setting sun, and Wienia hauls it in to end the inning. A 1-2-3 top half of a 6 for Charlie Johnson. Bottom 6 coming up, still 8-7 USD on ESPN Plus. 8-7, San Diego leads that scoreboard. The 8-run second inning for San Diego, but the Redhawks again chipping away since then. Kaylee O faces Maya Mesa and takes a ball for the first pitch of the at-bat. Kaylee O, Michelle Delgado, Shawnice Hogue-Lacey, last of the sixth inning, 8-7 San Diego. 8 runs, 10 hits, 1 error, and 7 runners left, I should say, for San Diego. 7-7-3-7 for Seattle U. 1-0 on the way to 2-0 is inside for ball 2. Two balls and no strikes from Maya Mesa to Kaylee O. 2-0 is way outside, 3-0. Win Seattle does come up for the top. Jones, Zepeda, and Capristo will be their scheduled 3, and that is inside ball 4. So a leadoff walk here for Kaylee O. And here is Michelle Delgado. Delgado had the biggest hit of the game so far, the 2-run homer to cap off the 8-run bottom half of the second. Hit a deep fly to left center field, and the ball kept on carrying for Delgado's 4th of the season. First pitch to Michelle on the way in there for a called strike, 0-1. Shawnice Hogue-Lacey waits on deck. Reminder, broadcast tomorrow, final game of the regular season for San Diego. It'll be a 12:05 p.m. start here on ESPN Plus with Keith DeMolder back on the call. The 0-1, nice breaking ball by Mesa. Had Delgado second guessing. It's now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Leadoff runner, Kaylee O at first on the leadoff walk. 0-2 on the way. Fouled off to the screen. The count stays at 0-2. In the dirt, stopped nicely. Hauling to second base and stealing it without a throw is Kaylee O. 8th stolen bag of the year for Kaylee O, and now moves up into scoring position. Read the pitch well, plus the ball being in the dirt helps the matter at hand for O right there. So give her her 8th stolen base of the season. And now in scoring position is Kaylee O for Delgado. 1-2 on the way. Delgado off the hands and falls in for a base hit. They're going to have to hold Kaylee O over at third. And now all of a sudden, and then going from first to second on the delayed move to second base is going to be Delgado. So MJ Knighton pushing the envelope there and telling Delgado, go to second, go to second. And they caught the Red Hawk defense sleeping at the wheel. And now a chance for Shawnice Hogue-Lacey. Couldn't really see it, though, in the frame, but you may have seen MJ Knighton going, like, telling Delgado to go to second base on that play after they brought the ball back in. Hogue-Lacey fouls this one off the screen. So that is the second hit of the game for Delgado. The home run back in the second, now the base hit here in the 6th. So here is Shawnice Hogue-Lacey. After fouling off the first pitch, it's now 0-1. 0-1 on the way. And that is in there for a called strike at the letters, 0-2. Neese didn't think so, kind of a little bit more of an emphatic kick of the dirt as she resets here, now 0-2. 0-2 pitch. And that is going to be a swing and a miss. And I think they called it out at the plate. Number 1 of the inning. Or is it? I have no idea. And now we're going to have, if in fact that ball bounced in the dirt. Base was also unoccupied, so Hogue Lacy was able to run on that play if in fact it skipped and hit the dirt. And what do we have here? And it looks like it was called out at the plate, so it is out number 1. Boy, that's awfully close from that vantage point of the home plate camera. From the center field camera, I should say. Regardless, it's out number 1. It was called at the plate, so that's a big first out for Seattle. And here is Haley Mulligan. Mulligan will take a first pitch ball. Infield again, drawn back in for Seattle. They have had to wiggle out of a lot of trouble here these last couple of innings, but they have gotten themselves out of it. Infield is in, corners are up close, middle infield semi-close. The 1-0. Mulligan shows bunt and fouls it off. Again, the Toreros being super aggressive with trying to bunt here with a runner on third. So the count now 1 ball and 1 strike, 1 away in the inning, 2 runners aboard. Kaleo at third, Michelle Delgado at second. Mesa deals. And that caught the outside corner for strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Haley Mulligan. Natalie McClyman waits on deck. Big chance here for the Toreros to pad the lead heading to the top half of the 7th. Here is the 1-2. In the dirt, great stop by Spadafora. No movement by any of the base runners, and the count now evens up at 2-2. Two on the way. And Mulligan takes just upstairs. Did not miss by much. Spadafora even asking the home plate umpire, Bill Plant, where did that miss? Count now full at 3-2. Open base, though, for Seattle. And you're at the bottom part of San Diego's lineup here. 3-2 pitch is popped up in the infield right to the shortstop. And it's hauled in by Zepeda for out number 2. A ginormous second out, though, there for Seattle. Again, trying to wiggle their way out of trouble here with the leadoff runner reaching base. Trying to keep this a 1-run deficit to the top half of the 7th. Here is Natalie McClyman. First pitch on the way is high and tight for ball 1. Carly Ruiz would be next if the inning does continue. McClyman has reached on a fielder's choice, struck out, and singled. One 0 on the way. Is low, 2 balls and no strikes. And Mesa wants to talk things over with Spadafora, the catcher. The inning began with a walk, a single, and then a strikeout, and then a pop-out. So again, big opportunity to either extend the lead if you're San Diego, or if you're Seattle, you're trying to keep this at a 1-run deficit. 2-0 on the way. Took some off there, but got it across the plate for a strike. Nice pitch by Mesa, 2-1. Home plate fully engulfed by the shadows of the setting sun. Two-one pitch on the way. On the ground to short. Play is made and on to first in time to record the out by Zepeda. Redhawks escape disaster again. We head to the 7th. 8-7 San Diego on ESPN Plus. Don't go away. The 7th here at the Reddy Smith Softball Complex. 8-7 San Diego clinging to a one-run lead as Charlie Johnson tries to finish off Game 2 here this evening. First pitch from Charlie, high for a ball to Brooklyn Jones, 1-0. Welcome back, everybody. Callum McClure back with you here from the ESPN Plus broadcast booth as we get ready to wrap up the 2025-26 season here tomorrow afternoon. First things first, a 1-0 pitch on the way from Charlie Johnson is fouled off and got a piece of Hogue Lacey, 1-1. Seattle led 1-0 after the first. The Trails pushed across all 8 of their runs in the bottom half of the second. But then Seattle, just like last night, they have been chipping away 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth, and 3 more in the fifth. 1-1 from Charlie Johnson on the way. In there for a called strike. Johnson took a bit off there, 1-2. Out. One-two from Johnson on the way. On the outside corner for a called third strike. First out of the 7th inning as Johnson freezes Jones for out number 1. Well-placed pitch by Johnson going to the outer third. Good frame job by Hogue Lacey. So 1 gone in the inning. Here now is Aurora Zepeda. Zepeda has struck out twice and reached on a fielder's choice. First pitch on the way. Is in there for a called strike as Johnson again takes him off with that first pitch breaking ball. It's now 0-1. Again, Johnson started last night. Kalen Bartlow finished off the job and now trying to return the favor of Bartlow starting today. And Johnson trying to finish off Seattle U. 0-1 pitch from Charlie on the way. Grounded foul, 0-2. Again, final game of the season tomorrow. 12:05 p.m. first pitch. Keith DeMolder back on the call for you here on ESPN Plus. And also celebrating USD Softball Senior Day tomorrow as well. 0-2 from Johnson on the way. In the dirt, smothered by Hogue Lacey, 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 8-7 San Diego. The pitch on the way. Rolled foul once more, and the count stays at 1-2. The 1-2 on the way. Swung on and missed. Absolute filth from Charlie Johnson. There is out number 2. Talk about pulling the string. Charlie Johnson fired up after that strikeout. 2 gone in the inning. And the last hope here for Seattle U is Una Capristo. First pitch from Charlie Johnson is inside. That is ball 1. One 0 on the way. Swung on and missed. 1-1. Base is empty, 1-1 the count here. Pitch from Johnson on the way. Swung on and missed. 1-2. And now the Red Hawks are down to their final strike this evening. The 1-2 from Johnson on the way. On the ground towards second. Fielded cleanly, flipped to first, and the ball game is U. San Diego takes game 2 of the 3-game set, and tomorrow they go from the series sweep to end the 2026 season. Well-pitched game by San Diego despite those 7 runs coming across and able to hang on for the second game in a row. 8-7 San Diego is the final. With that said, though, everybody, for all of us here from the University of San Diego, our entire production team, I'm Cal McClurg saying so long from San Diego, where the final score of the night again is San Diego 8, Seattle U 7. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN. Till tomorrow, good night, everybody.